Okay, so I'm here with Franklin Boateng. He is a social media guru and he's the founder of the King of Trainers. How you doing, Franklin?
How you doing, my man? Like my man said, I am Franklin Watson, aka Mr. Fabs Network, aka the original King of Trainers. Yes, in the UK and Europe we say trainers, we don't say sneakers. So today we're going to talk about viral content and how to get things viral, and the processes to getting things viral.
Yes. One thing what I wanted to ask you, what other patterns do you see in terms of viral videos? Like what somebody obviously creates some content, and one thing I've noticed is like a lot of things online, like especially videos, they're not necessarily the best videos, but they'll get a lot of views. Now, how do you go from creating content, especially if you know your content is good, from 0 views to getting like 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, and 1,000,000 views or whatever?
Well, I think the content side of things, I'll be honest with you. A lot of the part to play in that respect is luck, to be honest. But sometimes that luck can be accompanied by hard work in the background. Because if you look at a lot of the viral videos that have gone around, unless it's like a comedy video, the people who have been making these videos that have gone viral have been doing it a long time before it went to that stage. Do you get what I mean? I mean, sometimes you get the exceptions like Tommy Bit My Finger and all those ones that, it just goes for everyone sharing it, because that's like a natural, it's 2 kids. But when you look at like comedy videos especially, there's always a kind of foundation there, and that's what a lot of people don't understand, that you have to build your foundations. What I mean by building your foundations is having a kind of forward-thinking attitude, not being like, I have to create this content and it's going to go viral and then wait on it to go viral. No, you have to build content, you have to build subscribers, you have to interact with other people, so when your stuff is out there, people are interacting with you. There are some things that, like, you've got obviously the Harlem Shake. People think the Harlem Shake was just it just went viral as it is. It did, but the people who, you see, the thing with that whole song and then the way it went viral is that the people who made it go viral already had a big audience.
Right.
So when they done the original video, I think this group of guys, they do like funny videos. When they done the original video, they already had an audience. So the audience saw that and was like, oh, this is amazing. Let us replicate and replicate and replicate. So it didn't come from someone who didn't have an audience. So that's what a lot of people have to understand, that you have to put in the groundwork. You can't just do something, it hits the net and you think people are just gonna take it into another place.
So how do you go from not having an audience to having an audience? Because I know obviously with yourself, you have your network, and I want you to tell us a bit about that and give us some examples. So how do you go from like no videos, no content, no audience to actually growing that audience?
Okay, well, with myself, I'll tell you a bit about the King of Trainers story. The King of Trainers is derived from years. Obviously, you guys might see another shop using the name, but I've had the name for many years, and online I wasn't doing anything with it for like years, over 10 years. And I decided, especially in the trainer scene, there was no ambassadors or personalities in that scene. So I decided, how am I going to stand out from everyone else? I set up an Instagram blog. Instagram helped me a lot because that's where people wanted to see product, which was trainers, etc. So I started an Instagram blog, and I was thinking, how am I going to stand out from the crowd? So I used to go to trainer events all over the country, dressed up like a king.
Right.
To stand out. So people are wondering, why is he dressed up like a king? And then, apart from dressing like a king, I outworked everyone in terms of my posts. So I'll give people news, updates on the latest trainers, reviews. I was doing YouTube. I was doing 3 different things. I was doing blogs for other people. I was doing YouTube. I was doing Instagram all at the same time. And my following grew. I mean, currently I am the UK's most liked sneaker news page.
Serious?
The UK's most liked sneaker news page. This in 2015 I got 2.4 million likes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So So this is a guy who knows what he's talking about.
So and it really just showed that I outworked everyone. There are people like a couple of my friends, a guy called Word on the Feet. He posts up the most posts, and his following's been growing and stuff. And I've kind of helped him get further by reposting his stuff.
Right.
And I like working together with people like that. And sometimes it's not really just all about yourself and how am I going to get my following. It's about how you either help people or piggyback on the top of people, But it is, especially for Instagram, and even with anything, with YouTube, Twitter, anything, you need content ready. You need to fire content out, because the way people consume things are just fast. They consume content like what you put out today will be gone in an hour. Do you get what I mean? People just forget about and then they move on to the next piece of content. So it's about how do you really make your content last. And it's about putting out content and recycling content and making your content like good enough so that people want to be entertained and want to be gripped. But for me, especially on Instagram, it was just firing out content as much as possible.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So can you give us an example of like a video that you've or some content, should I say, that has gone viral for yourself?
So I mean, what I've realized is the most shared thing on social media is jokes and funniness. That's the most shared thing. That's a fact. It comes from the head of Twitter. I know the guy, and what I did to get my page popular on Instagram is I will personally curate different memes about the sneaker scene.
Right.
And I created. I remember when Drake had an album. He, I think, what was the album? It was. What was his last album?
I've forgotten the name of it now.
Yeah. What's his last album with the face? The face in the
I know the album. Yeah, I've rinsed the album, but I
Yeah.
can't remember the name.
Yeah. So basically, I created. So basically, the album he had. Oh God. Not too far gone. That's the one after that. We got.
There's one with From Time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Tell us what that album was. I can't remember.
Yeah. Tell us. Well, I love Drake as well. I mean, it's crazy, and I don't even know the album. But basically, the album cover was basically his face as a child in the clouds. And I remember just after that, the Nike Roshi, they released a trainer Roshi with the face in the clouds. And I put Drake's face on the Nike Roshi, and I got shared and shared and shared and shared. And even recently, my friends, because there's a big hype with the Air Yeezy, the Adidas Yeezys, and he done a diss track to, it's that he jumping over Jumpman. My friend done a post holding Yeezy with Michael Jordan laughing.
Right.
And that just got shared from people from XXL magazine in the States, people in Australia, and it just went crazy. And that was like yesterday.
Wow.
So sometimes for us, especially, it depends on what scene you were in, but comedy is a massive thing that because people feel relaxed with comedy. There's certain things, like even with sneakers, people might not want to like it because their friends will see that they like the trainer that they're going to purchase, so they just want to purchase the trainer and kind of stunt on their friends. But with comedy, everyone wants to engage with comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? Just talking about your example, it just reminded me of one of my YouTube pages. I had just one that I used to watch content on, and I just posted up some stuff from a UFC event. I was filming one of the UFC fighters giving like a seminar. He was just giving a little training session. Now, there was about 3 videos I posted up with him doing different things, different techniques. Like one was a high kick, one was submission techniques, and something else, and wrestling techniques.
Yeah.
Now, the video content itself, obviously there were different techniques being taught in there, but it was still the same guy, and it was still the same event.
Okay.
Now, I think one of them got like 500 views, one got like 2,000, and another one got like 36,000 views.
That's crazy.
Now, I couldn't understand why that one got so many views and the other one's got so little.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
I think well, with that, someone basically shared it. and that's what got most of the views. Someone shared it. Someone
for a big audience.
Yeah, someone with a big audience took it on their page, and it got shared. And that's how things go. Because, you know, you have to really just put out content organically, and sometimes it gets shared by big accounts. It could be a big website. Oh, let's take this. It's great content. And put it up, you know, and you always have to look at the content you're delivering. You know, you can't. I mean, you can't put things out that people ain't gonna engage with. Like something like fighting, UFC is massive now. You know, I remember a couple of years ago it was kind of frowned upon, the kind of, you know, that sort of combat. But now it's so big that it's got such an audience, and people are kind of yearning for, oh my god, like I want to see this knockout, I want to see this, you know, etc. So it's about looking at, you know, especially if someone wants some jewels of advice, or they want to set up look at new sports that are not yet there yet. Set up an account, maybe a YouTube page or a Instagram, and start sharing content. Be the first, not the last.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, so just on that note, just wanted you to give like the people some advice. Like, what would be like your key advice to someone who's starting off like a YouTube page or Twitter account or something, and they want their content to go viral? What would you say?
Okay, my key advice is you have to have a forward plan. Don't think you're gonna set up a YouTube page and it's just gonna fly. Have a forward plan. Have a brand around it, so you know, even if you don't put a brand out straight away, you know where you're going. You know, also have content built up, ready to go. You know, because people are starved for content. You know, our lives are built, as a human, our lives are built information. So have content ready to build up. And also interact with people. Subscribe to other people's pages, like their videos, comment, you know, tell them to check out yours, etc. It's a community. People have to understand, it's one jewel. If you're on social media, be social.
Nice, I like that. Franklin, where can the people find you online and in your social media?
Google me. No, joking. Follow me at Fabs Network on Twitter and Instagram, and then follow my trainer blog at King of Trainers on Twitter, Instagram. You can Google me. I'm around.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate that.
Anytime.
I've learned so much from that conversation.
Anytime.
Nice one.
Anytime.
Nice. Peace.